video 2 in our Asana video sequence, where we're going to go through our warrior poses, our Virabhadrasana poses, 1, 2, and 3. I will also do a Stork Pose and just transitional poses that get us into these poses. But I just wanted to touch more on Vinyasa, which is a style of yoga which we practice here at Yoga. We touched on yoga, the meaning of yoga, the divine energy, prana, but more specifically on Vinyasa meaning connecting movement with breath. So Vinyasa is more of a flow practice, so really working with the energy, flowing through the movements, whereas more of a yin practice would be more holding poses. We still hold poses, but yin would be holding it for longer, maybe a couple minutes, rather than we'll hold for a few seconds and then move into a flow into the next pose. We also feel this greater flow with the energy through our movements. You'll see like spinal rolls and flowing as we move up, and more of a flow style working with the energy. So that is more of what Vinyasa is, and it's not as structured as some of the yoga practices where there are set poses that we do each time. This is more, we have base poses, but they're not so structured where it's the exact same every time. The practice might be a little different each time as we work through deepening into our poses in practice, which allows a little bit more variety into the practice. So we will start again on our mats, feeling connected with our feet into the mat as we work through our first pose. So we'll start with an inhale as we feel connected to the mat. Inhale to rise, interject, move the arms up as we rise the right leg up into our Stork Pose. And so this is more of a transitional pose as we keep the core engaged, shoulders are down. We feel lengthening from the heel, feeling stable in that pose, lengthening through that leg, active in that leg, as we draw the energy up all the way up through the hands. So feeling that nice lengthening here in our Stork Pose. And as we exhale, we're going to step that right foot back. Nice big step back as we drop the right heel here. So that back foot is in alignment with the mat. The front foot is in the middle of that back foot. And knees are following the toes as we bend here. So sit the hips back so you're sitting into the glute. Knee stacked over the ankle, knee following the toe. So we kind of want to prevent the knee coming forward over the toe. As we inhale, finding that length through that back leg, rise energy up through the torso here. So again, those shoulders are down, but we're finding length, rising the energy up through that torso. That heart stays open, lifted through the crown. Inhale, rise in our warrior 1 pose, or Virabhadrasana 1. So again, main points are finding that length through that back leg. Back foot is in alignment with the back of the mat. Front foot is in alignment with the midfoot of that back foot. We're finding length here through the torso. The heart is open, crown is lifted, shoulders are down. There's no tension here in the neck, so pulling those shoulders down as we find that lengthening here through the torso, through those arms, drawing the energy up as we sit into that left glute. So notice, if you're really high, less of a bend, we're going to start to work on deepening into that left glute. So inhale to rise, drawing the energy up. Exhale, bring the arms back. Inhale, rise, deepen. Sitting deeper into that left glute. And so from here, we can exhale to find our bind, coming into our Baddha Virabhadrasana, our humble warrior. So Baddha meaning to bind, Virabhadrasana warrior. As we draw the shoulders down and back, lifted through the crown. Really allowing that heart to shine here, feeling that presence in this pose. As we exhale, we're going to fold forward in our flow. And you have option here to bring the shoulder to that left knee, or to deepen by bringing the head closer to the mat as we press the arms down, lifted through those back arms. Coming into our humble warrior. Inhale to rise, flow up. Good, shoulders stay down and back, lifted. Exhale to fold, deepen. Inhale, flow up. Release the hands, rise those arms back up. This is your warrior 1 pose. Exhale, bring the hands to hearts. In our Anjali Mudra, connection to ourselves with love in this practice, honoring ourselves, our divine self, heart, soul, mind, body. Good, and then we'll move into warrior 2. So warrior 2, Shoulders are down and back. We're feeling lifted through the crown, sitting into that left glute. Belly's into spine, finding that length through the torso, length through that back leg, aligned with the ankle, the knee, and we're really feeling lifted through the crown here. And we're opening those hips to the right. It might be left flipped on your side, but really opening up those hips so that we're facing out here, but we're keeping that alignment with the hands, with the knee, and with the toes. Sitting into that left glute. So it's inhale, we're going to rise that left arm up, come into a reverse warrior, a Viparita Virabhadrasana. Really opening to that left side body, bring that right hand to the outside right thigh. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Really opening, deepening into that pose. Exhale. Now what I notice in this pose is notice if the arm starts to fold. You really want to find that length through the arm here. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Sitting deeper into the can with length through that right leg. Inhale, reverse, and I draw the palm up as I rise that left arm up, right arm towards the thigh. And then exhale, deepen. And we also have the option here to find the body with the right hand towards that left hip, so bring that right hand behind the back as we draw that left arm up, coming into our reverse warrior. And then exhale, warrior two. We're going to inhale, rise back up, warrior one. So we're shifting the hips from being outwards, facing forward, in alignment with that knee and with that left foot or left toe. So knee following the toes, following the hips, lengthening through that torso, allowing that heart to be open, lifted through the crown. We're going to exhale, bring the palms to touch, hands to heart under the mudra. As we lift that back heel, rise that right leg up, come into your warrior three pose. So warrior three, we're going to hinge forward, connected to the core, hips are facing down, hands are heart, and we lift that back leg. Find length here through that back leg, from the crown to that leg. Nice line of energy here, feeling stable on that left leg as we stand on it. And then we're going to inhale to rise the arms up overhead. Finding that nice lengthening, pointing through the toe, lengthening from the fingers to the toes. Exhale, draw the knee to the chest, Stork Pose, and then come back, hands to heart under the mudra. Nice. So we finished our practice. We went through Virabhadrasana 1, 2, 3. We went into reverse warrior, we went into humble warrior, and we went into our Stork Pose. So a few poses that we went through in today's practice, and thank you for joining me on the mat as we went through more explanation onto what Vinyasa is, more into some of the asanas, and then I'll continue into the next video sequence on more poses as we work through triangle pose, pyramid pose, and our lunges, so high lunge and that type of thing. So I thank you for joining me. We finished our practice or our poses with Namaste, the light, the love, the divine in me honors the light, the love, the divine in you. Much love, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.